Alrighty, we're doing corporate jargon today. And so the segment is this. It's corporate jargon that doesn't exist, but we think it should. So we're sick of the classic, we'll circle back to this, we'll put a pin on it, let's take it offline. All this stuff has been done to death. There needs to be some innovation in the corporate world. So we've come up with our own, we're going to tell you what it means, and we're going to ask ourselves, would we actually use this? Alrighty, so I'll begin. Phrase number one is hiring a sommelier for a juice box. And so basically, right, this is the type of thing where you're hiring consultants from McKinsey or something like that from a problem that is so simple, You're
overcooking it.
Yeah, you're overcooking it. Like, guys, we don't need someone from McKinsey. It's simple. It's simple. It's hiring a sommelier for a juice box.
I like it. I don't mind it.
Is this problem coming up enough that I'll use it day to day?
Yeah, this seems a bit...
Well, maybe, because if you work at a place where you have different departments, maybe design, research, data, and then everyone's like, let's get the design team in. You don't need them.
No, it's too much.
Sommelier for a juice box, mate.
Sommelier, it's too wordy.
I think me spelling it is going to block me from using it.
No, but you wouldn't say it on chat. You'd be saying it in a meeting. That's outrageous if you say it in chat.
How do you spell? How many M's in sommelier?
I think I'm confident enough to even say the word sometimes, bro.
Yeah. But
then you have to explain what a sommelier is to people who don't know.
People just don't know what it is.
No, but I think that's the beauty in these esoteric terms, You don't need to explain it because they will feel dumb for not understanding it. You drop in...
You just got to say it so confidently.
Yeah, you drop in, it's like hiring a sommelier for a juice box. Mate, no one's going to question you.
Yeah.
They're like, you're right, it is. It is.
Mine is searching for bin Laden in Afghanistan. Essentially, it's an impossible task. So I could be like, we spent 4 hours explaining this to the client. Yeah. It was like searching for bin Laden in Afghanistan.
Right, we all know he's lying in Pakistan.
Maybe that's a double meaning.
Yeah, why would
We're searching in the wrong place. Oh, dude.
So not only is it an impossible task, but you're just in all sorts.
You're not thinking. You're searching in the wrong spot.
Wrong country. Come on.
Yeah, different emphasis, different meaning.
So it's a multifaceted. I really like it.
There's a bit of versatility here. I think there's obviously issues with mentioning bin Laden in a workplace.
Man, imagine the administrator's his ping's going off inappropriate speech, like bin Laden gets thrown out willy-nilly.
And then you can't be typing this one out on Slack. That's sending all sorts of red flags in the IT system.
Your account's getting alerted every second, right? It's an in-person only situation.
Definitely an in-person and for the right crowd as well, I feel.
So meeting with CEO, CTO.
No.
Just the team, just the team
maybe not even the team. Maybe it's just to the boys and the girls, the fellas,
Play on. All right, my one is a Yoko Ono. So it's anything that comes up that is distracting away from your main goal or your main project.
Yoko Ono.
So, the client has emailed to another Yoko Ono. Right? Let's say you're meant to do this report, right? But then now they're asking for task B, C, and D. And now you can't meet the report. So Yoko Ono, bro, it's getting in the way. No. It's too much.
It's a verb. I like it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so this is actually one you could use, but I reckon no one would have any idea what you were saying if you didn't explain it. Oh, man.
I mean, the Beatles fans would know.
Well, I would have thought that it kind of meant more like it doesn't have any talent, but it's trying to be on the main stage. Yoko Ono went for the song, singing with John Lennon.
It broke the Beatles, man. And these tasks will break your project, man.
Yeah. Stay on task, guys. We don't want to be Yoko owning all over the shop.
Exactly. It can be a verb. Exactly. It can be anything.
No, I like it. The next one I have is it's polishing a Rolex with sandpaper. It's like getting a junior to do the task that's like the most important one. Do you know what I mean? Oh, mate, don't get James on this. It's like polishing a Rolex with the sandpaper.
Yeah. But I don't know, does that happen often? I feel like, if you do have a Rolex or a very important task, you're not getting the junior to go do it, are you?
I don't know. Sometimes I've been tasked with things that I feel like are quite important. I have
above your skill set.
Yeah, I feel like it's things out of your pay grade.
Yeah, it's out of the pay grade. You can't be.
There.
It's no good.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like this one's a bit on the nose as well.
How so?
It's the very
too direct,
obvious
you
meaning.
reckon?
Yeah, it's too direct. So if you're on the receiving end, if that's the person you're talking about, and they hear you saying it, I feel like that could be some issues with HR there.
Yeah, maybe. But I think if you're junior enough that you can take it in stride, then it's fair game.
Okay, all right. My next one is giving a dildo to a nun. It's just pointless, guys. What we're doing is pointless. We're wasting time here. You got a project with a tight deadline due end of this week, and your team's doing something completely pointless and useless.
They're giving a dildo to the nun.
You guys are giving a dildo to a nun. Let's get back on track here.
I feel like we're losing track of. You got to be able to use this in the corporate world.
No, but then you're really riled up, bro. You're really annoyed that everyone's doing this, bro. You got to really put something out there with emphasis.
Okay. All right. I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
All right. Next one is more literal one. It's 9 a.m. somewhere. So there's obviously it's 5 p.m. somewhere. Blah, blah, blah.
I like it.
So someone's asking you, why are you working? You want a quick and easy way to tell them first to jog on, but I've got to do work. They're like, why are you still working? It's 9 a.m. somewhere, mate.
I like this. This is actually one of my favorites. This is a subversion of the genre, which I like. But it's not something that I want to be using.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to use it.
It sounds like a nerdy thing.
No, but it's one of those things where you have to do a task, but everyone's on your back. Like, come on, come for drinks. Come for blah, blah, blah. It's 9 a.m. somewhere, mate.
9 a.m. somewhere. I like it. All right, the next one I have, corporate jargon. You're gluing wings to a snail. And so it's like trying to make a legacy system more agile. So for instance, like Combank, mate, they're hiring heaps of scrum masters, but really it's like gluing wings to a snail.
I like it.
It's just not going to happen. Slow moving. What's the point?
Okay. No, I reckon I could see good use for this one. But would it? I don't know. I feel like it's only in certain scenarios, certain companies you could use this sort of thing.
It's very about speed. It's
correct.
Yeah.
I feel like you can't be using this like at in a hospital or something like that.
No chance. It's just for those legacy companies who are.
I feel like this is tech speak as well.
Yeah, heavily tech speak.
I don't see lawyers using this. I don't see.
It's looking down on other corporations who are slow moving. You know what I mean?
So this is like a condescending one to use.
Yeah, mate. They've got no idea. They're just gluing wings to a snail.
Okay, don't mind it. Mine is, guys, we're like Indian tourists at Bondi Beach.
Okay, what does that mean?
It's a futile situation. Let's say you've missed a deadline or you're being audited and you know you're about to get absolutely fucked.
Yeah.
We're like deer in headlights, essentially. We're Indian tourists at Bondi Beach. We're going to need rescuing.
Yeah, I think it's more of an SOS call.
It's an SOS. This is up to the senior leadership. Guys, we're in trouble here.
They're sending the bat signal up and they need some help. Fair enough.
Probably can't use this on that much.
No.
Definitely can't. Only certain people can also use this, but I can't use it.
Yeah. I think you got to have a pass to use this one.
Alrighty, my next one is you're inviting vegans to a steakhouse.
Good.
So that's when, you're in a meeting or something and then you want to warn someone. Don't say this question or do this action or say this thing, Don't ask the client that question. You're inviting vegans to a steakhouse. You're creating problems. You're about to create an issue.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't
Because if you invite a vegan to a steakhouse, they're going to start to kick up. So if you ask the client that question, they're going to kick up as well.
I took it as you've invited you got the wrong person involved.
Yeah. Don't get sales involved. There's absolutely no
They got
need.
no idea. They wouldn't know what they're doing.
He's inviting vegans to a steakhouse. What's the point?
But that's interesting that you took it the other way.
Yeah,
Go both ways.
So you're saying, mate, you bring them, they're going to cause issues.
Or you can do it afterwards. Maybe you're the junior member and the team's in the meetings. Ask some stupid question.
Yeah.
That's caused a client issues and all that. Mate, you've invited the vegans to a steakhouse. What are you doing?
Idiots.
I've got a story about this. So someone I knew was working the client relationship. So their client was out in St. Mary's and their client liaison was like, oh, dude, you guys have got to come out to St. Mary's. We've got the best steakhouse in Sydney. They got the best steaks. And they're like, sure, okay. So they went out for a client meeting. They went to their office, did their meeting, and then after they went for lunch. So the client took him out to this famous steakhouse. Turns out it was Rachet's. And they all They all sit down and then they go around and then they're like, oh, what do you want to order? And then they're like, oh, well, so-and-so told us to come. He said the steaks here are amazing. I'd love to get a steak.
Yeah.
So they went bang, bang, bang. Everyone from his firm went steak. And
when they look at the price of the steak was $14, that should have raised some alarm bells.
So the 5 of them ordered steak and then they came to the client, the guy who told them, this place is known for their steaks. Like, oh, what are you getting? He's like, actually, I'm getting the chicken. And it's like, why aren't you getting steak? It's like, oh, I don't eat steak. So it turns out this guy just heard from someone else about how great the steak was at Rachet's.
Oh my God.
And invited these guys all the way out to St. Mary's.
For Rachet's. That's a CLM for sure.
That's
traveling more than 2 kilometers for a Rachet out of your way, it's too much.
Huge stitch up.
All right, the last one that I have is it's like wrestling an octopus in a business suit. And so that's when you have multiple departments, in once and they're all kind of conflicting with each other and you're trying to bring them all together. But really, it's like sales, marketing, ops. It's like wrestling an octopus in a business suit.
I think that this is probably the most, I reckon, useful one because I feel like this is a very everyday scenario where you have different departments wrestling each other.
Yeah, it's all politics. You're all fighting each other.
It's universal, I feel.
Yeah, and you're just wrestling them. They're octopus in a business suit.
And it's a very harmless saying, I feel. There's no personal attacks or
racial undertones.
Oh my God.
All right, my last one is the ducks have been blown up.
Okay.
So often, corporate speak, everyone says, let's get our ducks in a row, which means, let's get all our affairs in order.
Yeah.
But no one ever talks about after that.
Yeah.
Once you have got your ducks in a row, what happens then? Well, I've said, let's just blow them up.
Okay.
So we've done the task. Project's over. Ducks have been blown up.
Ducks couldn't go free back into the water.
Gotta blow them up famously.
And when you were thinking about this, did this come before or after the Bin Laden analogy?
But I've always wondered, people always say, get your ducks in a row. But for what? What reason?
What does that even?
What's the real world connotations of getting your ducks in a row?
I don't even understand the origins of that one.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what it is.
Do you know, Mix? Get your ducks in a row.
What do people use it as? They use it as.
I've never heard this personally.
You've never heard it?
As in, like, I've never heard.
Get your things in order.
Yeah, get your things in order.
So maybe ducks are meant to. No, when they walk in a line. No, like there's the mother duck, or whatever, and then the ducklings are in one uniform line.
I see.
So when they're not in one line, they're all over the shop.
Yeah.
So you got to get your ducks in order, man. And then famously, once they walk, they blow up. So,
or they get run over.
Yeah, so they blow up.
I think the end of that is the ducks have grown up. So we talk about the circle of life.
Maybe you should go eat Peking duck or something. Just
full
circle, mate.
Full circle moment. No, I like it. All right, well, look, that's all we have so far. But if you like the corporate jargon, let us know. We'll do it. Run it back.
You also have any at home that that you want people to incorporate. You need a platform to get it out into the corporate world. Let us know.
Send them in.
Surface it.